Alright, guys, welcome back to Poddy Time. This is your host. Fuck, I forgot to say the episode number.
His name's Kenneth. Hey guys, my name's Abraham. Welcome to Poddy Time.
Number 2.
Number two, yes.
Sorry,
we
number
need
those.
clarification.
Yeah, my name is
number
Thomas
2.
Castillo, and today with us we have a special guest, our first special guest. Just to introduce him, he's a good friend of mine. Introduce yourself, sir.
What's going on, guys? This is your boy. DJ Frankie is the name, and I will be on today's episode of Poddy Time.
DJ.
Thanks for having me.
You can find him on PSN under DJ Franco 678. His actual name is Daniel or Danny, in case you want to reference him.
Thank you, Thomas. I will get to the birth certificate so you can tell everybody. on the next episode.
You know, it's kind of weird saying in public, like, hey, what's up, DJ Frankie? You know, it's a little embarrassing, just for your fans, you know?
Yeah,
Alright,
for the
so
fans.
today's episode, we're going to start off with some gaming news as,
Oh, man.
you know
what?
what-
Juicy stuff. Let's go.
yeah, the new fresh news that just came out of PAX, was it?
E3.
E3.
Yeah, this is all straight off of E3. Some stuff is a little bit older too, but these are just some of the most popular things. And
Alright, so we're starting off here because, you know, my friend Daniel and I, we play a lot of video games usually, and he's a big gaming news fanatic, so we're going to go over some stuff with him and talk about our opinions on the latest news that just came out of E3. To start off, I thought we'd start off with probably the greatest multiplayer game to ever come out, the Battlefield series, with the introduction of Battlefield 1, taking it back all the way, not to World War II of our boy Hitler, but World War 1. And
Wait, Hitler is not
That is
our
correct.
boy in any sense of the word.
That is correct.
Alright, well, he
I
does
despise
not
him.
sponsor this podcast, or he does not support us in any way.
We do not
but
associate with
me and him
socialism.
were tight friends back in the day, you know?
Oh, okay, well.
And also, Battlefield 4 has recently released
Thomas, you
3
shaved.
community. Yes, by the way, I decided to come out a little more sexier for my listeners out there. You know, got that fresh, clean shave. Was
Wish
gonna
you
get a
guys could
haircut
see
today,
him.
but
Yeah.
everyone was closed. I see Abdiel has a nice fresh shave too, nice
Tried.
haircut
Not
too.
really. Got the beaner stash going.
Well, you know,
You got facial
some
hair?
people are into that.
Yeah,
That's unheard of from you.
But back to Battlefield. So I think we should start off with Battlefield 4, the more recent news. So what is it that Battlefield 4 did recently for us, Daniel?
alright, so I decided we start off with Battlefield 4 just because recently we got back into Battlefield 4. We know that Battlefield 4 is a little outdated as of now, but recently DICE has been trying to satisfy the community with some new expansion packs. They are the Night Operations, Legacy Operations, and Community Operations.
By the way, I did some quotation marks when you said satisfied.
So the reason I wanted to talk about this is because even though it's 3 expansion packs, each of these packs only brings 3 maps. So it's really 3 maps in total.
And what can you tell me about these maps? Because when I played with them, I couldn't help notice, but they look quite familiar.
Well, one of them is just a recreation of a map that was already in the base game, which is Zava 311, I believe is the name of the map. And it's just a nighttime version of the map. So now Battlefielders can actually put to use, you know, their nighttime equipment, which was kind of useless before, since Battlefield
Thank
lacks
God.
in
Jeez.
nighttime maps. So
And by nighttime, can you be a little more descriptive? Because I hopped on there expecting, like, you know, a normal night day in the city of Miami, you know, lights in some places.
oh yeah, there is absolutely no visibility in
Like,
this map
You
You
at
can't
all.
see your gun, basically.
You cannot see 2 feet in front of you. Listen.
So you can see your gun.
If you
Listen,
have,
guys.
you know that flashlight attachment that's completely useless?
Well,
this
now's
thing
the time to use it.
Now is the time to use it. You can actually see where you're going. On this map, it is pitch. It's like these people have never heard of light. I used the flares for the first time in
Taking it back to
Battlefield history.
World War II.
Well, no, it's modern war.
Well, this is
Oh,
Battlefield
okay.
4.
Yeah.
We're talking about the modern. It's still Battlefield 4 is just modern warfare.
Now, I'm not
basically.
complaining, of course, because these maps were free and I didn't have to pay anything.
You're free.
But
I gotta hop on that then.
But
Please.
what does bother me is this other news about old Battlefield DLC, which is, Daniel will explain,
Wait, old Battlefield and what do you mean?
the DLC that they're releasing, the old ones, free, slowly.
Oh yeah, they're slowly releasing the map packs that were included in the Battlefield Premium. So now as the game is getting older, slowly they're releasing the previous map packs.
Which I
free,
believe
which-
I paid.
Yes.
Which I believe I paid $50 for.
Come on.
Right.
Sucks for you.
So
Sucks
basically,
suck,
those map packs that we paid $50 for, you know, to be part of Premium, they're slowly being released, each pack individually for free for everybody. So if you paid for Premium everyone who did not pay for it is getting the maps now for free.
Now,
basically.
like, I understand, like, you know, the game is 2 years old or whatever,
Right.
but, like,
Right.
I don't know. It's something that bothers me about the fact that I paid practically the price of a new game, and then, you know, poor old Kenny over here, Mr. Oh, I'm so slick, I'm gonna buy this game 2 years later used, just gets free DLC, which I paid $50 for, and it bothers me, but I like that they're doing this because it brings more life into the game for, you know, those people that didn't buy it brings people back, but I don't know, it just irritates. I paid $50 for this thing. Like, why couldn't you charge me $30 or something if you're just gonna give it for free?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd just like to say I bought the game 2 months after it came out. Just throwing it out there.
I agree with that, but I think
even on the game.
I think I agree with what you're saying, and I think that it's a little unfair for those that actually, you know, spent the money. But at the same time, I kind of do see where DICE is going with this because, as we all know, Battlefield 4, when it launched, it had a lot of issues, and it turned down a lot of the fan base who was greatly disappointed in the type of game that was released since it was in such a bad state. So I think they're trying to make up for that and also try to keep the game alive since I don't consider Hardline a legit Battlefield game, so I skipped out on that one. That was a joke.
You mean the game that was on sale for $4, by the way? $4?
Yeah, Hardline was a joke, and I do not consider that a Battlefield game at all. So I'm kind of cool with it just because I do think it's, you know, they're doing it with good intent to keep the player communities happy and keep them active. So with that regards, you know, I do accept what they're doing, but not necessarily fully satisfied, but you know.
Yeah, Hardline, DICE really laid an egg.
Did you buy it?
Huh?
Did you buy
I
Hardline?
played it, but I didn't bother
Yeah,
buying
I
it.
played the beta and I wasn't feeling it at all.
Not
No,
as disappointing as Battlefront, though. DICE, I don't know what you were thinking, but that was probably the worst game you ever released. Like, listen, I don't usually fall asleep while playing games. Everyone here can testify that I have fallen asleep watching movies. But when it comes to games, I don't usually fall asleep because I'm interactive. There's been 3 games in my lifetime I have fallen asleep playing.
Pong?
Huh?
Pong?
Pong? No. Pong is pretty fun, you know.
Oh, yeah.
One of them being Uncharted 3. Not saying it was a bad game. It's
that
just
game was good.
I sucked
Had some
at it.
unbalanced issues
and-
in the multiplayer, but
Yeah, but you know
slight raging for me occasionally. But you know, I still enjoyed the game.
I just sucked at it, but whatever. Past that. Call of Duty Ghosts. Goddamn, this was the mountain simulator. You could walk across the map, forward and back, and you can't find a single freaking player. Like, I was in a party with 4 people. Someone had to call me on my cell phone, and I woke. I had fallen asleep, controller in my hand and everything. They're like, "Yo, Thomas, are you okay? You like left them?" I'm like, "Oh, bro, I fell asleep. That game was so goddamn boring."
Ghost had
You
a
know
good
what else
storyline
happened?
though. I think Ghost had one of the best Call
I
of
didn't
Duty
finish that
storylines.
crap. I don't buy Call of Duty for goddamn single player. I buy it for the
No, that's the
multiplayer.
thing. I was surprised that this Call of Duty game actually had a pretty
I buy it
decent
for the
storyline.
platinums.
All those platinums.
when I used to.
And then Battlefront. Jesus Christ, that game is like rinse and repeat all over again. I feel like I'm washing dishes every single day of my life. But let's move
Battlefront is lagging in content.
So let's move on to
Tremendously.
more newer Battlefield news, or should I say older?
Wait,
because-
I had one more thing that I wanted to
Alright.
ask you guys. So like I said, it sounds when you say 3 expansion packs, it sounds like, oh my god, DICE released 3 expansion packs. That's great. But the thing is that each expansion pack, all it really brings is 1 map, and those are the free community maps that I'm talking about. Not the map packs that were part of premium, but newer content. But it was just really 3 maps. So I wanted to ask you guys if you think that that if we have a right to complain when at the end of the day it's really free content. Is it right for us to get mad at DICE for only releasing 3 maps each expansion pack, or do you feel we are entitled to complain?
I'm curious to hear Abio's opinion on this. So what do you think about?
Because
that?
it is at the end of the day, it is free content. It's not like they deserve. It's not like they have to do it because premium already ended. They already met the maps they had to release. So, what do you think?
I barely even play Battlefield at all, so.
I mean, you know, just your opinion of the game. Let's say this was, I don't know,
Let's
what
say this
games do you
happened to
play
Halo.
on? Halo.
Oh man, I mean,
You
after a
didn't
certain amount of
sleep
time, after you've had so
Yeah,
much.
like the game is already
2 years old.
It's already 2 years old, and they felt like they could release these 3 maps, and people are complaining that it's so little content, but it is free.
After it being, you know,
It's
after
so
they
old,
charged
yeah.
so many people like for it when it first came out.
No, it's that these 3 maps are
No, it's
not
free for
part
everyone.
of. They're not part of that expansion pack. It was stuff that was released after the expansion pack for free just to
I mean, I'd be pretty upset, obviously, but at the same time, it's free content. So I don't know. It depends on people. Like I said, I don't play Battlefield that often, so I wouldn't.
Personally, like, I'm a big Battlefield fan, and
if it was a Halo thing, then fuck yeah. Like if it was like a map pack that
typing emails all
so
day.
Probably I'll have to agree with the fact that if it was free after
to Halo headquarters,
I'll write to Michael Salvatore, John. No kidding.
Personally, I didn't really have much. Like, I didn't really care because the game is already at the end of its life cycle. One of them was recycled. Yeah, they did say expansion packs. They're not lying because they are expanding the game.
But it's really just
by the bare minimum. Thanks, DICE.
But keep in mind, they're giving
DICE to their DICE.
I feel like this is more for just trying to get that additional player base. So your hardcore Battlefield fans that paid for premium can play with maybe your not so hardcore friends that bought the game but never actually bought premium. They get a little extra content as well.
Right.
So because your hardcore players are gonna be a little bored of the new maps that the newcomers are gonna get. So you get like a fresh batch for everyone, and it's free.
Okay, I have one question. Do you guys still have like exclusive those premium members? Do they still
Not
have
anymore.
exclusive things like maybe like certain
Not
skins, weapons? I know.
I mean, we got
or...
exclusive content already, but it was all released already. So,
I'm not
we've had
really too
access
sure
to-
about like
Yeah, we got
camels
guns.
or
Well, I personally don't care about camos.
Yeah, I
I
don't
do
really
know
pay
we
too
got
much attention to
weapons
that
and
either.
equipment. That was
no, but
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
those
I'm
are unlockable if you have the expansion pack. So
Yeah.
I think you get
alright,
access to
okay,
that
so
too.
Win-win for the casual.
But who cares about Battlefield 4 now? It's all about that new, fresh Battlefield 1.
Oh, yeah.
We're taking it
Battlefield
back
1.
to World War 1. And let me tell you, I am so excited about this. I am one of the biggest fans of old school shooters. World at War, one of my favorite games. Black Ops 1. I loved Medal of Honor, the original. Yes, I played it on PlayStation 3 with those terrible graphics, but that feeling you get when you're storming Normandy Beach and you die like 20 times and you finally succeed at the end.
Nothing
Like,
beats that, man.
Rest in peace, Medal of Honor. That franchise is
They can beat
dead
that.
as of now.
Hey,
Maybe resurrected
hey,
one
you
day.
respect Medal of Honor, sir. This is a Medal of Honor household here. But back to Battlefield 1. So they released footage, some YouTubers that got early access to it. Our boy Snoop Dogg played it.
Oh,
He had that
Snoop,
secret
man.
weapon.
What?
Yeah, he had that
His blunts?
marijuana.
My boy Snoop Lion.
He on an interview, he's like, so Mr. Snoop Dogg, how do you feel like you're gonna pair against these professional players? He's like, you see, I have some Battlefield 1 experience, but I also have a secret weapon. And then the interviewer is like, oh, what secret weapon is this?
Blunt trauma.
He don't want to say at the moment, but as soon as Snoop walked into the arena, as we call it, every player said they smelled Snoop Dogg entering the arena.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They smell like
Another
cup
thing that was actually really funny about Snoop Dogg is, you guys know Jesse from Prank vs. Prank?
Yeah.
He walks up to Snoop Dogg after they finished one of the rounds, and he was like, "Oh, Snoop, you did pretty bad, man." And then Snoop Dogg was like, "Hey, man, it ain't about me, player. It's about the team." So even Snoop Dogg knows that Battlefield is a team-based game, so that was pretty funny.
Yeah, losers tend to say that a lot.
Yeah.
So some information about Battlefield
Damn,
1.
you just called Jesse from Prank vs.
No, I call
No,
it
Snoop Dogg.
Oh, okay, true.
Information.
He's always winning. Never mind. Sorry.
Information on Battlefield 1. So we're taking it back to World War 1. So, we're obviously saying goodbye to the modern Abram tanks, the jets, the more modern sights. We're going back to more optical sights. We're not really going back to trench warfare because, that they still realize they're creating a video game, so they didn't want to be too realistic
Right.
because, trench warfare would be pretty boring. But
There's
they
some
did-
sections in the maps that do have
yeah, they
trenches,
still
right?
adapt some of it.
Yeah.
And listen, you know
Listen,
why this game's gonna be great? There's a goddamn Zeppelin in the
Oh
game.
my god, I barely use any Z words in my conversation.
Zeppelin!
Now I can.
You know how cool that is? You're just walking around the battlefield shooting people left and right, and then you see it.
A shadow of a freaking.
The whole day
Thing.
is just darkened all of a sudden, like Sozin's comment in the Avatar just went up in this
Good
place.
analogy.
And you just look up and you see that beastly of a war machine, and it just rains down hell on you.
It could give anybody a trouble.
Like-
Oh, by the way, I wanted to add that if the Zeppelin is destroyed, the pieces of the Zeppelin actually
Everything-
remain on the battlefield.
Everything under that Zeppelin is gone.
Yeah. And the actual parts of the Zeppelin,
Well, like the body frame of it.
yeah, the body frame stays on the
cool.
battlefield.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to, we're seeing all these futuristic shooters, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare going into space. Like, we're talking about Star Trek style gameplay here. We have Halo, we have,
are you saying that what's it called?
Infinite Warfare
is more Halo than Halo itself?
No, we're talking about Mass Effect style, like Star Trek style gameplay here. Like
I would say it's probably more would you say it's more futuristic than Halo?
Hell yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Like I don't remember Master Chief fighting on Jupiter with gravity and freaking grappling hooks and breaching into ships from space, sucking the oxygen out of everyone's lungs.
Do you see a soldier ever using a gravity hammer to sledge somebody across the map?
Listen, man.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Gravity hammer. We got some good old fashioned laser rounds.
I don't know, man.
Master Chief over there still using bullets.
Hell, has freaking Master Chief ever gone against a robot?
Probably.
Yeah, the Scarab.
A robot.
The Scarab.
I mean, he went against aliens.
The Scarab is a giant, massive robot.
I
A
think
spider.
aliens are more
Isn't it
futuristic
vehicle
than...
controlled?
Yeah, I don't know what you consider.
And exactly, there's no robots in Halo.
Oh,
So are you guys cool with Battlefield returning to World War One?
Oh yeah,
I'm
it's a breath of
excited.
fresh air, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is because the only World War type of game that I ever played was 1943. I never got to play World at War, so
Oh yeah, good game.
it's gonna be good to revisit that old school era, but with modern tech to make it a fresh experience. I think they're gonna do a lot with it.
So what else was there at E3? I see you have something there of God of War. Is that series coming back?
Oh man, let me just take a step back.
Yeah, we got an Xbox fanboy over here, so he's gonna be a little mute during this conversation.
Right, so yeah, God of War is coming back, and as we saw on the E3 gameplay, this God of War entry seems to be like it's going to be more story driven and more intimate. There has even been jokes of people referring to the game as the Last of God of War, just because it seems really familiar to The Last of Us. And unlike previous God of Wars where Kratos was just killing anything and everything in his path,
I mean, we're talking about the man that killed every god in existence.
This man literally destroyed all of Greek mythology, so he's a savage.
Yeah, put that on
But,
resume, huh?
He has a son and a beard now, though, so it's different.
Yeah, he has a son and a beard now, so he's making a fresh start for
Is
sure.
his beard ashy too?
No, it's looking quite nice actually, a nice brown.
He's
color.
rocking that. He's rocking that
Got
just
Rogue-
for men.
Got that
Yeah.
Rogaine
Slight
going
gray
on, bro.
tone.
Got Rogaine stuff, baby.
He's got a hint of gray,
Rogaine to grow.
It says I'm not too old, but I have
Damn,
experience.
never mind, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just for men.
You
Yeah.
got that
Some
quote
people-
exactly from a video I saw. I swear to God you did.
I'm not sure.
He's got, what is that you said?
He's got a slight hint of gray, which means he's experienced but not too old.
Just for men?
He's just right.
Yeah, I think it's just for men. So
Yeah, I think it's just for men.
Okay.
as we said, he killed every god in Greek mythology. So what the hell is the God Slayer gonna do now? Like, where is he headed to?
Run for president, I guess.
So yeah, I just wanted to know. I don't think any of you guys are big God of War players, but you did play Ascension, right?
I also played 2.
God of War 2.
What's the one? The
Right.
statue?
Yeah, that was God
That
of War
looks like
2.
the Statue of Liberty.
I know.
Yeah,
I
that
kind
too.
of know what a
I
god
played
is.
that one.
Right. So,
Hey, that's
do you
a whole other
think that
topic,
it's
Ken.
do you think
I'm
it's
just
good
saying.
for the God of War series to move into this direction where it's going to be more story driven and the connection between Kratos and his son, or do you think they should have stuck to the traditional formula of just Kratos, hacking and slashing away at enemies?
Listen,
Because a lot of people enjoyed, that massacre that he did.
we've already had 4, 5 if you include the PS Vita
Yeah, there's a bunch
style
including
of
the
this game.
PSP.
So it's always nice to maybe you're it's
It was
like
a God of War for the PS Vita?
yeah
PS Vita, no, I think
PSP. Same thing.
Oh, okay.
They're both terrible consoles, handheld consoles. So who cares? It's always nice to if you're a jasmine tea kind of man, it's always nice to try something new. Maybe some lemon pepper tea, maybe some Jason tea. Maybe it's time for Kratos to change chapters and
Step back, reevaluate his life and say, do I want to keep on massacring all the godly
or
deities?
do I want to be a father now?
Or should I be a father?
There's definitely going to be killing, don't get it wrong.
Of course.
Kratos is still going to be doing his fair amount of killing. But
And
I
you
think
know
it's
what?
gonna be a
There
little
definitely is
bit,
going
it's
to
gonna
be.
to a minimum, I would
What
say.
I hope there is some more of that God Ascension multiplayer, right?
Not for this one, actually.
Whoa!
Low 5.
Wow.
What do you mean no multiplayer? That thing was awesome.
Well, the developers said that now, since this game is going to be a little bit more story-driven, they just want to actually focus on the story itself. And I guess that's there's no room for the multiplayer, according to
Listen,
them.
let me talk about something here. What year are we in again? 2016. We're in the year 2016, where Google Fiber is giving poor people in goddamn Kansas gigabit fast internet. You're telling me you're gonna make a game nowadays without multiplayer? It's something about that bot. Yes, I understand. Like, some people want the experience of, going through a journey on their own in this virtual world, but can we get some multiplayer? Like, this is the age of connection, of social interaction. Like, how are you gonna take that away?
Yeah, my idea, my philosophy is that any game.
I don't want to go outside. It's dangerous out there.
Well, put on a helmet, I guess.
So yeah, I wanted to add. I think in my philosophy for how I see my perspective is that any game can have single player, it could have multiplayer, and it could have co-op, and it could work just fine. It's just a matter of putting the time and the effort into perfecting all three components to make the game great.
I have a question.
That is correct.
Has God of War ever had
Kenny just raised his hand, by the way.
Co-op?
It did have co-op, but it wasn't too refined. It was kind of. Ascension had some co-op, but I think it was more like a survival type of thing.
You know what? Speaking of Kenny and God of War, how about we talk about that new Xbox they won't be playing God of War on?
Okay. I mean,
what is it called again?
Xbox One S.
The Xbox One S.
And basically,
so
slim.
These consoles.
Well, that's different from the Scorpio. It's the One S and the Scorpio.
So these consoles, these affordable consoles, PlayStation and Xbox mostly, we seem to be headed to that VR 4K where the PC world has already, dipped its feet in a bit. So, what is it that Xbox and PS4, what's their retaliation plan in order to keep up with PC's, always advancing technology?
Right, so at E3 we had the two new Xbox models revealed. We had the One S, which I believe, as Kenny said, is just a slimmer version
It has its new controller. It has a 2 terabyte hard drive, which is always cool.
No oversized power brick, guys.
You hear that, Sony? 2 terabytes. I'm getting tired of deleting all my freaking games.
Yeah. Hey, you can always upgrade. You can always upgrade.
Yeah, you can upgrade it. It's
I could
easier
upgrade,
than the Xbox.
but
yeah, and it is 40%.
I'm a little cheap, so I'm just deleting game after game.
And no power brick.
Yeah.
50 gigs a game will take
Now
its
wait,
toll.
there does.
Wait, do we still have battery packs on the damn controllers?
Yeah, they still use batteries.
Why is that?
Let me get my freaking PS4 controller here that lasts 1 hour with this stupid light bar that I'm not even using. At least how long does your Xbox controller last you? Like a week?
Like on a fresh.
I guess that does
batteries?
make sense for people that I guess play.
Yeah, like
far
I
away from
understand.
their-
Yes, it's rechargeable and stuff, but like it takes 40 minutes to recharge this thing, but it only lasts you for an hour. It's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, my
I play fairly close to the TV. That's why it doesn't bother me at all.
Some of us care about our eyes.
Hey man, that's why you have an optometrist, right?
What, Kenny?
Check out these glasses.
My recharge batteries last like 10 hours gameplay. I'd say.
It's still better than PS4.
Maybe more, probably.
So we got this slimmer model, which no power brick, 40% lighter or whatever, more space. Apparently, it's not capable of 4K gaming, but you will be able to stream 4K content, which is nice.
Wait, but this content here. This is the Scorpio, which is different from the One S.
I'm not reading that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but regardless, the One S can stream 4K supposedly, but it can't.
Is the One S supposed to match the power of the current Xbox, but just slimmer, or is it supposed to be better?
What they said,
a step ahead.
It's supposed to be a little bit ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they said the graphic content of games is not going to be better than the Xbox One.
No.
It's just streaming video content, like if you watch 4K Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just slimmer, has 4K streaming capability.
Also, something that some...
Thomas, you went to Full Sail?
That was when I was planning on going Full Sail. I have like a bunch of Full Sail merchandise.
So you actually got clothes from?
Shout out to Full Sail.
I got like 4 shirts. I got 2
sponsor
sweaters. I got an MacBook Pro laptop holder.
Okay, I was about to say. Please finish the sentence. Jeez.
No, I didn't get the MacBook Pro.
Okay, I'm like, alright. Well.
So yeah, back to the Xbox. One thing that some people find kind of weird. You remember that the Xbox always saying either Connect?
Yeah.
There's no Connect port on the back of the Xbox One S. Apparently, you have to buy.
Don't tell me my Kinect is obsolete again.
No, it's not obsolete. They're gonna sell you They're gonna, yeah, from the Xbox 360.
Is one S a code name or is what is?
No, I don't know what it is, but we're just talking about the One S or
Xbox
S.
One S.
I'm pretty sure it stands for Slim.
Slim, possibly,
Slim,
right?
most likely.
Okay.
So you need to buy an adapter that you connect to the USB port on the Xbox One S, and the adapter turns into the Connect port, which you can then plug in and connect.
Microsoft going Apple mode right now, proprietary.
Which, you know, it's like why do that to one of the things you always push people to have? You know, you're all seeing eye. Why like
Whoa.
I understand not everyone wants to use the Connect, but
I use it for my freaking voice commands.
yeah, to turn on that's so cool. You just walk in the house and be like, yo, Xbox, turn on.
Yes, bro. I feel like such a goddamn badass. And I feel like I have the biggest dick in the room, even though I'm the only person in it.
And then we have the Project Scorpio Xbox, which apparently, supposedly, it will be able to put higher content gameplay out. We're not sure about 4K yet, but they did mention 60 frames per second, which would be great. We're assuming it'll put out 4K because then, you know, what the hell is the point of releasing this thing?
I mean, according to what I found, it's supposed to run games at 4K.
Now, have we gotten any
60 FPS?
Have we gotten any news
No,
about...
wait, 4K at 60 FPS? That's a hard deal to bargain. I'm telling you right now from a different perspective.
Well, PlayStation did say their 4K PlayStation 4 was going to be very, very expensive because it's for those more hardcore gamers. So, you know, if it's $900...
No, I definitely don't doubt it, but, you know, 60 FPS, 4K guaranteed
yeah, you're gonna have
as a staple of
a screaming Xbox there like, shh. But besides that, sorry for the loud noise. Have you heard anything about Xbox doing... Have you heard anything about Xbox doing anything with VR? Like, PlayStation is with their Morpheus thing?
I don't think Xbox right now is concerned with VR. I think they're adding functionality to their system so that third party could implement virtual reality, but I don't think they themselves are developing any type of virtual reality.
I just thought it the coolest thing ever. So, you know how, Abby, you know how Microsoft has those HoloLens coming out?
Yeah.
Imagine if the Xbox with the Kinect, they can scan your room, and then you can play the actual game like in augmented reality in your room.
Have you seen some of the press conferences for the actual
HoloLens? Yes.
Yeah, supposedly it's gonna have some features like that, but obviously it would be cooler if, like you said, it was, you know.
Yeah, if it didn't, you know, use so much power.
Because look, it's not virtual reality; it's augmented reality. There's a huge difference between those two, but that's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
like you could look at your fridge and you could have a YouTube video streaming there, or you can have your cameras being shown around your living room.
I saw at the press conference there was this video where the person was actually like visualizing like a set of blocks, and he was actually configuring the blocks with himself, like moving the blocks around, and it was pretty cool.
Cool.
But let's move on from gaming news here. Where do we want to take this now? I had some news topics here that were bothering me from recent news.
Get it off your chest, bro.
So you guys heard about that recent bombing in Baghdad?
No, I haven't.
It was followed by another bombing in Turkey.
Wait, I think I have.
Which was followed by another bombing that happened in Baghdad. So Baghdad got bombed twice.
So what is this window like of 2 weeks?
I think it's happened in the past 2 or 3 weeks.
So these are terrorist attacks?
Yes, they were confirmed.
And as always, ISIS claims to be the culprit.
You know, they
even if they probably weren't even associated with the thing, we did that. We definitely did.
So did you hear how many dead bodies there were in the recent Baghdad one?
I believe it was 83.
Nope.
80. No, my bad. 144.
Okay, that's a little high.
No, 144 or 104.
Well, last I checked, it was 120 something.
Jesus.
And there was 230 something injured.
I love I'm pulling up.
So wait, 230 injured?
And
what
100.
What type of bomb was this? Where
it was a car bomb.
Yeah.
In the middle of a busy public marketplace.
Killed 100 and.
Yeah, keep in mind this is Baghdad. You know, this is.
Marketplaces. Baghdad. But still, God, Jesus.
Damn, that puts it.
That makes
you know, we're gonna get a little controversial here, but what I want to take this to is, you know, the recent shootings that have been happening here in the U.S. Like, what bothers me is the news tends to blame not the psychological state of people, not these terrorist groups that were letting into the country, but they're blaming the weapons themselves, the rifles themselves. Well, mainly rifles. That's what they mainly use. I'm not gonna lie. You know, rifles are very powerful. You know, the AR-15, very simple to use gun, high stopping power, can penetrate a lot of bodies. But what I want to talk about is, like,
they're blaming the weapons, not the people holding them.
Gun control.
Everyone wants to, this takes it all back to gun control. They want to ban our assault rifles, not really assault rifles because they'll shoot fully automatic. Our AR-15s, our rifles, But what bothers me and some other gun enthusiasts is that you can't ban our weapons because the only people you're punishing are the actual law-abiding gun owners. A criminal is still going to get his hands on a gun if he wants one. And that's not going to stop someone who wants to kill a bunch of people from killing them because, I'm sorry, but a van or a pickup truck is much more effective than a rifle. A bomb, as we saw, killing 120-something people is much more effective than 50 people getting shot in an enclosed area in a nightclub, which, by the way, I'm sure a few people could survive if it wasn't for a certain gentleman locking a door on people trying to escape. But I'm not going to get to that.
Wow, wait, what happened there? At least explain.
In the nightclub, there was this person that he was able to...
Oh, wait, you're talking about the
Orlando one.
Oh, okay, that's completely different. We're talking about the Orlando shooting now, okay.
Yeah. He was able to escape through the doors, and he had locked the doors.
No way.
And he heard people knocking and banging on the doors, and he had said that he thought it was the gunman, so he didn't open. So it was actually a bunch of people trying to escape.
Wow.
So
that is messed up. I did not hear that on the news.
I'm not saying he's a terrible person for that, but
what? You're not saying he's a terrible person for that.
He was afraid. Come on,
yes, he was afraid, but he's a horrendous person for that.
I'd open it up.
Going back to the whole...
I'd probably leave it open, haul ass, and then call it a night.
I wanted to quickly touch upon the gun control issue once more. Just like Thomas mentioned, if guns are prohibited or made illegal to own, the people that are trying to do, activities of malicious intent to hurt people, they will somehow find a way to obtain guns despite the fact that they're illegal. Is it going to be more difficult? Of course, but there is a possibility that despite
where
that,
there is
they
a will,
can still
there is a way.
obtain those guns.
And this was just some Thomas research, so don't, take this with a grain of salt. This isn't no, research.
Oh, let me rectify.
Research.
83 killed, 176 wounded.
In the Baghdad?
Yep.
The recent one, not the first
one. No, this is in the separate bombings across Baghdad. Jeez. So this is including both of them together.
This is the one from yesterday.
This is both of them, yeah. 17 hours ago, yeah.
Well, I'll get back to that source later.
I mean, I have the source right here. That's why I'm letting you know.
All right, let's stick with that.
Fox News.
Sorry.
Fox News. Right.
Yeah, Fox News. Those.
I didn't know what the source, but
them and they're very attractive newscasters. But
yeah. Sure.
Where was I? Gun control. Wow, I forgot what I was talking about.
So
wait, let me ask around the table here. What's your guys' opinions on gun control, and what do you think we should do? What's your opinion on American citizens owning firearms? Owning long rifles, shotguns, concealed carry pistols. What do you guys think? I want to hear.
I mean, I don't think it should be that easy for the average civilian to get a freaking piece, to get a weapon.
So what process do you think a civilian should go through in order to obtain a firearm?
You got to be at least of a certain legal age.
What do you recommend?
What's age now?
It's between most long rifles and shotguns. You can be 21 or older, and then long rifles and shotguns 18 years or older, and then 21 for handguns in most states.
Okay, I'd set it to 25.
And you can get a long rifle at the age of 15, I think, if you're what is it called, Boy Scouts?
Yeah, Boy Scouts should be.
Yeah, or you can get some type of license to get it younger.
Oh man, I'd leave it at 25. Whether you're in the Scouts, whether you're freaking, I don't know,
but
just
25
period.
Yeah, but the issue is not mostly with that. It's with the fact that, what about felons that have actually committed crimes prior to that owning weapons? I think maybe that should have some sort of restriction.
I think it does, doesn't it?
Well,
but there, for example, the guy who's let's take it back to the Orlando killing. He was a felon prior to that, and he did beat his wife. And there were issues that they had.
Wait, let's take it back.
I don't think he obtained a gun after the incident with his wife.
He did. I don't think he got a felony charge. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but
regardless, what I'm trying to say is that there should be some sort of
I think
psychological test
he was being investigated by the FBI.
Yeah,
and he was able to obtain a gun. But here's the thing: I'm okay with someone being investigated by the FBI getting a gun. Here's why: because who is it that has this power to put someone under investigation? If we set a law that anyone being investigated by a government branch cannot obtain a firearm, well, the next president can push that, oh, anyone the NSA is listening on is being investigated, thus restricting lots of people from getting a firearm. So, you know, you gotta remember who we're giving this power to. You know, just because I trust Danny here and I'm giving him that power, you know, maybe Abdiel a few years later down the line becomes that president, and I don't trust Abdiel. I don't want him to have that power.
Well, man, thanks.
So, you know, I love you, Abby. You'd be a great president. Not better than Trump, though.
Well, that's a whole
build the
nother
wall,
discussion.
guys. Build the wall.
All right, yeah, beat us up in the comments below. Jeez.
You know, like what we gotta keep in mind who we're giving the power to claim like who is considered being under investigation. Like, you know, we can't control who's gonna have that power.
Okay, easy. You make up some sort of test. That guy that like was able to like get the firearm. He was derailed. He was off, like he was almost off the grid.
Yeah, I feel that if there is, you know,
some sort of psychological test that determines,
if there is something that actually determines, you know, obviously with proof or something that someone deserves to be searched or, you know, checked to see their prior history or whatever, I think we have the right to do so because, you know, he could potentially hurt other people, and I think the safety of others is primary concern.
All right, how about this? The people that legally, you know, obtain the weapon, whether it be M9 or a MAC-10 or whatever it could be. How about you I don't know, what's it called? Where you, like a pawn shop where you like pawn your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but okay, not pawn, but sell your weapon, and then you get like cash considerations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I have this MAC-10. I don't want it anymore. I'm better off with the 10 grand you give me.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you just do that?
To mean trade in a gun for money?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with restricting people from getting weapons?
Okay, no, you're talking about people. You're asking about people that had weapons before that would get it through the black market.
Mm-hmm.
Just give them money for the weapon.
Well, no, I mean, I feel like people got through a black market aren't gonna turn in because they committed a crime, and you know.
Yeah, like
no, this getting it.
Yeah, but this takes it back to what Danny said. But regardless, it takes it back to what Danny said, because at some point or another, when there's a will, there's a way, and people that do want weapons at one point or another will get it. For example, I'm gonna take it back to Sandy Hook Elementary. It was this guy basically.
The government conspiracy.
Jesus.
Sandy Hook Elementary. It was a massacre that happened at an elementary school where Adam Lanza was the student that actually went there for elementary school. Guy had basically, I'm guessing, some sort of psychological issue growing up. He probably got bullied. I don't know what it is, but basically, he didn't have access to weapons except his mom. His mom actually did have a weapon.
Yeah.
He ended up.
All the weapons were her
Exactly. Was his mom. So regardless of him not even owning a weapon, he still had access to one. Whether he wanted, like, you know, access to one, he would have had it.
Right.
Like,
and I think that's always the issue too, because people can get their hands on their parents' guns, and that's just a matter of the parent putting, you know, not securing the gun effectively, and that's a whole nother issue too. That's why the topic becomes so complicated.
The guy himself, he had his own set of issues. You know, I mean, so bottom line is, if you want a weapon, you will
find a way to obtain that weapon.
It doesn't even matter. You don't even have to have a weapon. People kill people with knives with anything nowadays. Like you could commit, well, not maybe a massacre, like an all-out massacre, but you could still kill people intentionally if you wanted to without an actual firearm.
Yeah, you could go to Home Depot with a $20 bill and leave with pipe bomb materials, and there you go. You have a makeshift bomb.
Taking it back to you know, taking guns away from, you know, law-abiding citizens. You know, I recently went through a chart, like the locations of these shootings.
You mean just 2 minutes ago?
And no, I saw this before. I just remembered it.
Oh, I seen that.
And going through the list, I noticed that most of the states that were on this list were states that have, you know, more very strict gun laws or not very loose gun laws. For example, we have Connecticut, we have California, which is known as one of the most strict.
Yeah,
Oklahoma, I'm not 100% sure.
Well,
Texas,
Florida's
we have two Texas here, which are very loose with their gun laws, as well as Florida. I'll get back to those, though. And Colorado. I feel like some of these shootings could have been prevented, or the death toll could have been smaller if, you know, maybe more citizens, you know, flex their Second Amendment right. You know, concealed carry. They could have prevented one of these shooters from killing more people by, you know, using their firearm to stop that shooter. And then people are like, oh, but what about Florida and Texas? You know, there's lots of people with guns there. Why didn't they stop them? Well, the argument for Texas is one of them was on a military base by a soldier. So we can't really count that one there. And then I'm going to get a little, you know, I might get some hate for this, but the Orlando one happened in a known to be gay club. And I'm sorry, but most you know, homosexual people I know don't usually flex their Second Amendment right. I feel like, you know, maybe if there was just someone there with a firearm, they could have, you know, saved a few lives
I've never met a homosexual, a gay dude with that's strapped.
Regardless, I mean...
Yeah, I agree. I've never met anyone with a gun either.
Yeah. There were bouncers in that club, though.
Oh, well, I just met Thomas's brother. Shout out to him. He was a Marine, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
He's gay?
No, he's not
gay.
No, man. I'm just saying that he had a gun.
He was saying he's never met a gun.
I thought
a gun until now.
You said,
period.
No, yeah, but Kenneth said, I've never met a gay man ever hold a gun, and then you popped up. I've never seen a gay guy except Thomas' brother. I was like, okay.
No. Anyone in general.
Wait, what were you saying, Abdiel?
I wasn't gonna say. Oh, what I was gonna tell you actually was, you basically are trying to state in some form or another that what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god.
Policy?
No. Oh my god. Awareness. Gun awareness. Okay. Like you should be like. Maybe from a young age, we should be taught and be informed and have gun awareness at maybe school, maybe some sort of like maybe class in middle school through high school that we should take, or like we should be educated in that form of like subject is what you're trying to say, correct?
There you come up with gear.
Listen, there are some things I learned in high school which I didn't see the point. Did you ever have that sex ed class where they're teaching about STDs, but they're not?
I never had a sex ed class.
I never actually had a sex ed class.
I hear that sometimes too. I never had my teacher get a banana and show me how to put it on. All she talked about was different diseases and how they affect your body. It's like...
Yeah, Miss Kemper, you never taught me that.
Listen, lady, why don't you teach me how to not get these diseases? You know, teach me how to put on a condom, how to get one, how to, you know, maybe teach the girls how to use, you know, those pills or whatever they use, you know. Teach them how to prevent these sexual diseases instead of trying to make me a scientist and tell me about these diseases.
I actually, now that you bring that up, I have actually thought about this before, and it's like, why do we learn a lot of things in school that we don't necessarily always put into practice, but then simple things like, you know, driving laws, learning how to drive,
why do I gotta learn about
filling out bills, learning about banks, learning about self-defense and how to properly use guns.
Whoa, self-defense.
It depends on the person as well. Yeah, I
have
many friends nowadays, for example.
There's a lot of things that are essential to life that the school system doesn't teach us.
Okay, but at the same time, exactly.
To learn this outside of school.
Exactly, but at the same time, I do have many friends, for example, that have gone and done, for example, the Dare to be against drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
For like, they actually have their whole certificate or whatever. Yeah, and they went through the whole education of why drugs are bad for you. Yet nowadays,
smoke weed every day.
But they're drug addicts.
I think that's all that we do, though. I think
I feel like
they actually teach you in school is drugs, and how to avoid using those substances. But I don't think they teach us anything else.
At the end of the day, one way or another,
that we implement every day.
Yeah, one way or another. Like even if we implemented like gun awareness at school, some way or another, you're gonna have your pros and your cons to it, and your bad apples and your good apples. Obviously, come out of there.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, of course.
Well, taking it back to the gun thing in school, like I understand some parents don't want their children to be around that. But, you know, some parents didn't want them to be around the sex ed, so there was a paper that you would sign if you wanted your student to learn this or not. But, you know, I will admit schools don't teach students... We're changing this topic here a bit. I feel like schools don't teach people things like they actually need for a future, like how to do your taxes,
right?
How to
that's
open
what I was trying to say. Yeah.
About your credit, like I didn't know anything about credit because from high school.
That's something that I definitely agree that we should have.
Bro, like
we should be taught about taxes and
that's the thing. I think it's that schools, you know, should teach us these things that we know that for sure are definitive that we're gonna use in our everyday lives.
That are gonna affect us in our everyday life.
You're expected to learn these outside of the school.
Shaquille O'Neal, he went to LSU for, I believe, 2 or 1 seasons, and then he wanted to declare for the NBA draft, right? You know, leaving school and going to the real world, even though it's, you know, NBA. But his mom told him, do you know how to balance a checkbook? And he said, no, I don't. So, you know, he gave him the checkbook, try to balance all these numbers and whatnot, and if he could, he could go to the NBA. If he could, he had to stay for 2 more years in LSU.
Did he balance it?
He couldn't balance it. That's why he went back to college. He went back to school.
I have a question. Have any of you here ever balanced your... well, we don't use actual checkbooks nowadays because we're in the future, but have any of you ever... I'm using quotation marks here. Balance your checkbook?
I mean, I had accounting.
I think my parents still use checkbooks.
I had accounting, so yeah, I
that's old.
know how to balance a checkbook.
Yeah, like
the little thing that you flip and then have all
yeah.
the pages.
What you do is once a month, you just go through. You log in online because we don't use paper anymore because we're in 2016.
My parents still use paper.
Yeah, well, we got our old school folks.
Woo,
you log in
paperless.
online and look at all your transactions, and you count the money that's going out and the money going in, and check if it matches. That's how you check if someone maybe stole money from you, or maybe you're spending too much on something.
Well, that's retro, dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I know how to balance checkbooks.
Little Thomas tip of how to balance your checkbooks. You should do it once a month, or at least once every 6 months.
All right, cool.
Don't do it once a year for the whole year, because that's just time that's not worth investing in.
Anyway, to get off, do you want to keep going with any more?
No, I think we can
any
move
more
on.
Classes you should implement, or curriculums?
No, we should just hope that maybe our children in the future will get a better high school education than we did on real life.
Get your education on.
Yeah, because for sex I had to go to my parents. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah, I don't know which schools actually had sex
I
ed, but
had to go to my parents.
You had to go to your parents?
Yes,
I didn't have any sex ed in
13.
Wait, let's hear Kenny's story here. What happened?
You had to go to your parents for sex?
Yes, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Okay. Explain to me how it went down. You were 13.
How did you know Kenny?
I thought babies came from
the brown hole.
No,
the bird?
From
the heron?
What?
What was it? I think from the belly button.
From the belly. Well, I could understand.
I mean, you see my correlation there, but
you know what?
Obviously far from it.
I will I will relate to Kenny here. I used to at some point I thought men could have babies too. I thought, have you ever seen like in Aliens the little egg that it's like really small and then it expands and then they come out the opening on the top?
Aliens?
The movie Aliens vs Predators.
And you somehow
I don't.
Okay, I used to think your penis, a baby would grow in there and it would slowly expand.
Man, you just made my penis retract itself and cringe.
Okay, you guys
my penis is cringe.
Doesn't it make sense though? It's like a little egg.
I'm trying my best not to picture that. I'm trying my very best not to.
I used to think that was painful as hell.
Clearly, Thomas spent too much time on the Sci-Fi Channel as a child.
Yeah, I mean,
hey.
Go to the History Channel. National Geographic.
Aliens.
Yeah. Jeez.
Kids WB, Thomas, come on, man. What are you doing watching sci-fi at that age?
Yeah, Channel 3 all the way to like 65. Come on, bring it down to the single digits. So, we got another topic we wanted to cover.
But yeah, I just wanted to add, I don't think as a child I ever thought about that too much. Where kids came from until I actually knew about it. I don't think as a child I ever...
Yeah, the only thing growing up as a child that I actually thought of was how to perform sexual activities and
me
how
too.
it worked and functioned. Yeah.
But I never actually thought about where the child came from.
I know that wee wee goes in the pee pee.
The wee wee goes into what?
The wee wee goes in the pee pee.
Don't you mean the pee pee comes out of the wee wee?
No, the wee wee.
What do you mean though? No. Both of these statements are wrong.
The wee wee comes out of the wee wee.
The pee pee are the same thing.
Yeah, the wee wee and the pee pee are the same thing.
I thought the wee wee was the wiener.
Hey, and what's the pee pee?
The pee.
What?
Yeah.
What?
No. The pee pee is what?
The wee wee is your dick, and the pee pee would be the pussy.
What? I'm gonna go pee pee.
No,
have you ever heard of the phrase? I'm gonna go pee pee.
I used to call it papaya when I was little.
Papaya.
That's still what some Hispanics, if not most, all call it.
I used to call it meat wallet.
Oh, is anyone Cuban here?
The taco.
Yes, I'm Cuban.
Alright, you know what a toleta is?
Toleta is it food?
Is it a last name?
Term.
Toledo?
Oh, okay, no.
No. Do you know what toleta is?
No.
I don't flirt in Spanish. I'm sorry.
Alright, a toleta in Cuban Spanish, because this is in Espanol Spanish.
Mind you, this is coming from a Dominican.
Is a
Mind
penis.
you, I'm Cuban. I've never heard of this term before.
Wait,
What?
Is it a vagina?
What? Do you even know what you're talking about?
I forgot what it was. There was a penis or a vagina or something.
Okay.
So I went to
Thomas,
Cuba.
why you
Thanks
mention
for
it if you don't
leaving
know
it.
what the
I
hell?
forgot. Listen, this was a while ago. I went to Cuba for the first time, and my grandma sent me to the bakery. She wanted me to get a tolera of pan.
I can't imagine where this is going.
So, a tolera is that big, it's kind of like a French bread, but it's Cuban bread. That big, long roll of bread.
Yes.
So I went to a bakery, and I forgot what she told me. And I remember it was tolera something. So I go up to the lady, very attractive, by the way. She realizes that I'm not from here. Like, my Spanish is kind of bad.
Yes, just let her know I'm not from here.
And I ask her, can I get a toleta de pan? And then she starts laughing. And she calls one of her coworkers and she tells me to repeat what I said. I asked for a toleta de pan and I'm like, mira, perdón, no me acuerdo cómo se llama. Era el palo de pan, no sé cómo se dice. And then she starts laughing. She's like, tú quieres una tolera de pan. But they keep on laughing and I'm like, what the hell did I say wrong? So I walk back to the house. It's across the street, not that far, embarrassed. And I tell my grandma the story. She's like, what did you say?
Wait, how old were you?
I was like 12, 13.
Jesus.
So my grandma starts laughing, and I'm like, what the hell is a tolera? And then I'm pretty sure it was a male penis, but I could be wrong.
A male penis.
And then she's like, you asked them for a male penis or a vagina. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. I was so embarrassed, but it was pretty funny. I look back on it now.
But the question is, was it in stock or no?
It wasn't stock.
Did you get your bread or
There was plenty of that fresh toleta all over there.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, man. Thanks for
I just got...
leave me incredibly confused.
Speaking of this, and taking it back to VR... Imagery. And also this, did you guys hear that Japan actually had a convention recently for pornographic VR?
Yes!
And basically they had to cancel it due to the fact that
high demand?
Too many people came.
It was
and not,
they had animated porn and you would put sensors all over your body and you would feel the sensation of you doing it.
But people couldn't even do that because it was canceled. Yeah.
It was
many people
hilarious.
came. Yeah.
I'm sorry, like... Listen, I've always heard...
VR pornography is the future.
Well, let's talk about VR pornography for a quick. Would you consider that cheating? Like...
no.
Why not?
Because you're doing it with a soulless, robotic, maybe simulation.
What am I getting off with?
Yeah, that is true.
I have some females and they're like, I feel like they're cheating on me because they're having...
Great. What about when they use dildos?
They're having...
Right?
What? Oh, yeah, you're cheating on me, baby. Yeah, you're using a giant, massive black...
I don't think there's any difference there.
You're using a massive black rubber thing, and you're not cheating on me.
Their argument was that the dildo doesn't have personality.
You're right. Yeah, but think about it. It doesn't, of course. You're the one that makes the face to it.
Right, but what about when
you in VR, they're giving you a face.
That's great, exactly. So you're not cheating.
That's exactly the same thing as watching.
No, if anything...
No, because their argument... I asked all these questions. Their argument to pornography is that... it's just you and your hand and your penis. There's no physical object.
Now it's just you, your hand, and your sensors.
Yeah, and now before that,
with this,
they have vibrators.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
I need to be more specific. The argument I made was they are using a Samsung, a VR headset, watching pornography, and there's an Auto Blow 2, which for those of you that don't know is this big machine that you stick on your penis, and it gives you the sensation of a blowjob or sexual intercourse.
I really wish I didn't know that.
You would be watching this pornography.
Thomas, your little sister's right there.
You'd be. He is lying, by the way. I'm not speaking about this near my younger sisters. You'd be watching this pornography, and you would feel the same sensation that you're getting from the video.
Oh, so it goes in sync with the video. That's pretty freaking.
So their argument is that you're having a physical and emotional bond with this so-called experience. You're putting a face to a physical experience.
It's not like I'm gonna take my VR headset on a date with me or something.
You could do that while you watch porn. You could imagine as if you were the one that was having relationships with the woman in the video.
But there's no physical interaction.
You're welcome to the podcast.
There's no physical interaction though. With watching.
So what stops my girlfriend from using a black dildo and imagining?
Yeah, and listen to me.
And closing her eyes. Exactly.
By the way, Denzel Washington.
I don't know. Maybe women are weird.
Shout out to Denzel Washington.
To DW.
Huh?
Denzel Washington. Good actor.
Oh, by the way, this podcast is sponsored by Auto Blow 2. You can pick up your Auto Blow 2 at www.autoblow.com. Coupon code Jimmy Two Shoes.
They're not going to send you a free Auto Blow. Please.
We're trying to get our first sponsor here. Auto Blow 2, we love you. Or Coca-Cola. I'll take Coca-Cola too. You guys like Coke, right?
Highly doubt they sponsor a podcast.
Coke? Jesus.
This is a Snowball, right?
I guess.
Shout out to Blue Snowball microphones.
Yeah, that's the current microphone we're using.
That is a microphone we are using for this podcast?
No, wait, it's 4 of us, surrounded in this
You told me this was fast charge.
Well, I'm sorry, I lied.
Oh, wow. Yeah, your charger's actually freaking amazing.
Well, you see, someone is happy.
That's great.
I went from 14 to 85 in 20 minutes.
Well, I think we'll end it here for today. We'll end it a little early. This was I'm sorry. Did you want to add something else, Kenny?
I mean, I want to get to the hour cut off. Get to the hour, bro. Might as well.
Right,
How long are we going on for now?
53 minutes, 54 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly a fan. I'm not
Any
exactly
ideas?
a fan of the auto blow, but I could keep talking about it.
Then let's try to throw
Just
in
saying.
a new topic real quick. You have.
I mean,
Want to talk about the NBA salary cap, where they're just giving away money to anybody that comes.
all right, guys. See you next Sunday.
Sure. Explain to me. Sure.
Bro,
Wait, let's hear about this.
let me just say, there's only been 2 players to earn $30 million in an NBA season. One of them is Michael Jordan, the GOAT, G-O-T, whatever you want to call him, the greatest of all time. The only guy that can rock a Hitler stash and
be
like,
cool.
He had it for like a short time though.
Yeah, because everybody was blasting him. Yo, take the shit off, bro. This
It's a
is
black
the 30s.
Hitler.
Okay, and are you sure Kobe made over 30 million?
Oh no, I'm guessing here because I only care
Wait,
about.
what
They're
is
saying
it? This is
that-
contract deals?
Yeah, contract deals.
Oh, okay.
Jordan earned like 32 million in a season with the Bulls, and now.
Now,
some
guys,
guy-
given these are Kenny facts, but Kenny does have an extensive experience in sports knowledge, so it's reliable.
Okay, yeah. So some guy, let's see if you guys know who this is. His name is Mike Conley. Do you know who that is?
No.
I've heard the name.
He sounds like a ginger.
Nope, I haven't heard of him.
No, he's actually the furthest thing from ginger. He's black, by the way.
Wow.
He's
Typical basketball player.
yeah, Mike Conley Jr. Yeah, his dad played ball too. So anyway.
Baseball?
No.
Oh, basketball.
He played basketball.
Basketball, man.
Like, damn, following Michael Jordan's shoes.
No. Mike Conley is set to earn $30.6 million.
Wait, is this Mike Conley? This is a current player?
Yeah, the player. Yeah.
And then Michael Jordan earned how much?
I believe $32 million.
Do you know what years they were? This was back then money?
Yeah, it was one season. It was like 96, 97.
So with inflation, it's a little more.
Yeah, it's
a lot more.
Like 40-ish.
Alright.
Okay, so he's earning $30.6 million this year. And it's like a contract. It's
And I've never heard of him.
$153 million across 5 years.
I've never heard of
That
him.
guy has never been an all-star.
So what does this
Just
have?
let you know.
What does this have to do with the salary cap?
It just goes to show that they're giving away money to anybody that comes through. Because
What about Nike's supposed not a contract deal, but a deal
Isn't
that they
it Adidas?
might, huh?
Is there Adidas?
No,
Well,
I haven't even
Adidas'
finished.
Adidas' contract with the NBA is ending this season, so now
but I haven't even finished though. But Nike has supposedly a deal with LeBron James for $1 billion, not $1 million, $1 billion
Well,
for.
they say it's $1 billion. It's a lifetime deal with Nike.
It's a lifetime deal.
It's around the billions. Well, not billions, but like 1 billion. Around
That I find more than insane.
Does Michael Jordan have a lifetime deal with Haynes, or he just?
With who?
With Haynes?
Oh.
Yeah, he's
I
Michael
don't
Jordan
think so.
set
Does
for
he?
life with Jordan.
Yeah, he set for
Right.
life by his shoe.
Yeah, his legacy, like his.
I mean,
son
I always see him in a
is
Haynes
true.
commercial, so.
Well, probably has a contract with them. He says like 4 words in them either way, so he
True.
just,
Yeah,
he,
but
he
it's
just
Michael
shows
Jordan.
up.
You
Hey,
just
what's
need to
up?
see him, and you like, oh, I want that. I have Haynes underwear because I saw Michael Jordan one of them.
It's because Jordan
Nice.
wears them. I have
Yes.
Hanes because it's freaking comfortable and it's breathable.
Hey, why don't you get Fruit of Loom then?
Because the elastics, that shit freaking shake my freaking sides,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Fruit of Loom sucks, guys. Don't buy that. Go to Walmart, buy a 12-pack of Haynes.
Yeah, buy out all the Hanes
Be
you
good.
see. Yeah,
Shout out to Haynes.
yeah. Comfortability, A1.
So
Anyway.
NBA has never had
Wow,
a
I'm wearing Fruit of
cap
Loom.
on how much they can pay a player.
Yes,
or-
Yeah, I am wearing Haynes.
They do, but the cap
Damn.
has gone up a lot this year, and it was going to go up by even more next year.
But why is it that they? Because you're saying this guy is like not
guy's
a major player.
He's not
like,
okay. He's not a nobody, but he's never even made the All-Star team before.
He's not up there.
well,
with
okay,
the
is
great
it
players,
maybe
basically.
he's not maybe he's
You
not
know how many players are making much less than him? Durant might make less than him.
maybe
He's
he's
Wait,
not like
why is he supposedly so special then? What
Because
makes him?
because the team
does
really
he
wanted
sell
to sign-
tickets maybe?
Not really. yeah.
Maybe you
There's-
hear
there's
his
like
name
two-
and
there's
people
like
want to
two
go
play-
watch him.
Nah, there's
Wait,
like
what'd
two
you say
players.
about kids?
Huh?
What did you say?
No, because maybe he's not like an all-star player, but he might be that player that you hear his name and you want to go, so he sells tickets.
There's two
Then
players.
that would make him, I think, a popular player, which he's
A
clearly
popular,
not.
but maybe
Yeah.
he's
He's
good.
not very well known, or
Yeah,
Is he any good?
up there with.
He's
Some of the
he's
other
okay,
players.
but he's not like. Wow,
It's safe
I
to
wanna
say
go-
he's better than all of us in this room.
Okay, yeah.
But
I mean, that's
he's
everybody,
he's
Thomas.
he's no LeBron James or
I
Kobe
can name
Bryant.
I can name 40 players better than him.
Damn.
What
I can
position
name
does he
every
play?
single player on the NBA that's better than us, Thomas.
What position does he play?
He's a point guard.
So can you describe this to the audience in case they don't know
Well,
what this
point
is?
guard
Makes
is
the points.
usually the floor general. It's like your quarterback in football.
Make the points.
Point guard.
Yeah. Point guard is like has the most responsibilities on.
So how do you feel about him making?
Dude, that's an absurd amount of money for that guy.
What team is he on?
He's with the Grizzlies, Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, so he's also on a nobody team.
Yeah, and it's not like a super high demand team. Like the Knicks or the Heat.
I want all of you to, without cheating, tell me what state the Grizzlies are from to see if you actually know where this team is
How are
from.
you gonna tell us this?
Huh?
I mean, I don't really follow basketball.
Just know.
Tennessee?
No.
Memphis isn't.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Did I say state or city?
What?
You
I
said
said
Memphis.
state. My bad.
State.
Yeah, my bad.
Come on.
Well, guess the city. Well, he already said it, but
There's only
try
I
to.
guess the state.
There's only one famous dude that really supports him, and it's Justin Timberlake. That's the only thing.
I heard
Justin
Justin
Timberlake?
Timberlake.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake is a huge fan of the Grizzlies. The same way
Oh.
Drake is an ambassador
Toronto
for
Raptors.
For the Raptors. Timberlake is kind of the unspoken, unofficial ambassador for.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake's that one celebrity at all their games.
Huh? Yeah. Well, basically, kind of.
I love you.
Is Justin
I
Timberlake
love you,
from
Grizzlies.
Tennessee?
I think he might be. I think so. I don't know.
I think it would make sense.
You know what? I want
I
to
don't know.
I want to move on to a little football news here, a little soccer news from my boy Abio here. Let's talk about
Why do you have to make it so forceful?
I just want to add that football flavor to it, like that golazo.
Add it on.
The international stuff going
So
on.
I heard a very popular player recently retired after losing.
Yes.
From Argentina.
I-
I'd like to
Unfortunately,
say
yeah.
he's a coward.
He's well, I mean,
I wanna hear
when
some
you
of-
have lost back to back for 3 consecutive years plus the World Cup with your national team 4 times back to back.
To back?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I would.
Just to make things clear, it's from Argentina.
I would count my losses.
He's
yeah,
still playing.
he's retiring from his.
football.
Yeah, he's still playing in the clubs. Yeah, he's retiring from the national soccer team of Argentina, and Lionel Messi.
How do you feel about
Somebody
this,
say coward.
I mean, I wouldn't call him a coward.
Isn't that what basketball players do? Switch teams whenever.
I mean,
They gotta pay rent or
damn.
retire.
I mean, they do. Yeah.
But not from their national teams.
Yeah, but at the same time, but he's calling it like quits. That's it. Like, because unfortunately, maybe I don't know. Supposedly, he says that. I think on one interview, he said he just has bad luck with the team. I don't know. He just doesn't have good coordination.
What
Yeah,
exactly
but the
him and
picture-
national? Like where he's from? That's.
Yeah, that's when national teams are like.
Has
like-
he ever been on another team?
No.
Like,
that's
his
been
place
his
of
national
origin.
team.
He
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
born
he
in
was born in
Argentina.
Yeah. That's how they at least pick the players. Yeah.
That's
so,
how the team is formed.
Who's the famous
Based
player
on
from
your
Spain, then?
nationality.
From who?
From Spain? Wouldn't it be?
Oh no! I'm thinking of Beckham from England, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
From
never mind.
He's a Brit.
Just ignore me. I'm not a big football fan, so I mean I love American football, but
Football.
football.
Yeah,
I hate that name, like
football.
like
Football.
when you say to someone like, "Oh, I love football," and you're like, "Oh, you're Colts fan or whatever." Like, no, I'm.
Steelers?
And
Patriots?
like, why can't we just stick with soccer and football? I understand soccer came first, but like,
Because football is in Spanish, though. It's soccer in English.
Oh, okay, but there's people that like they
Football
speak
came
English.
first before football.
Yeah, and football has an accent. Like, it actually has a tilde on the
Yeah,
U.
And it would make sense in a game where you use.
So,
your
you know,
foot
whenever
would
you-
be
look,
named
listen,
hey,
whenever-
in soccer you
look,
kick off a ball.
listen
in
to me.
football you kick off a ball.
Listen
sorry.
to me. If you're ever talking to someone, Thomas, that ever tells you, "Oh, I like football," and they're talking and they're referencing soccer, then yeah, they don't know what they're talking about.
It should be football.
Yeah, it should be
Yeah.
football. Football, yeah.
Well, maybe
'cause it
they're
has-
American and they can't do that.
No, then they'll call it
soccer.
soccer. Then they'll call it soccer.
I like
Yeah.
football. I like it.
If you are American, I doubt you would refer to soccer as football.
Here, let's think of a new name for American football. What would we call
American
it?
football?
Oh, this would be interesting.
Rugby.
No.
Okay,
I
I
saw a
wish.
rugby match yesterday. That
You
would-
mean
that gets
hardcore
intense.
football?
Hardcore football, rugby.
I'd say leather ball.
Leather ball?
No.
Just
Pigskin.
saying.
No.
Is it the only ball that's made out of leather?
I would say.
Are they still
I
made
think
out of
so.
leather?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah?
are. Yeah. Basketball's made out of leather too. So
What about grab ball?
grab ball, no.
Does it have to have
Tackle
a ball
ball.
in the name? Does
Tackle
every
ball.
sport have ball in it?
Yes.
Soccer,
Yes.
a back foot, baseball.
I mean, they all require a ball.
basketball,
Have
yeah.
you ever?
Lacrosse.
That's actually a really good
No,
question.
soccer doesn't have anything ball related in the name.
Well,
No, not at
the
all.
original name is
Tennis.
football.
Lacrosse
No,
is not
but
anything either.
All those sports
Yeah.
do have like. You know,
Yeah, the three
balls.
major
Rack-
sports.
racquetball.
Oh, hockey doesn't have ball. in it.
Exactly.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
ball.
Oh wait, there's no
Hockey.
ball. It's a puck.
Puck
Yeah.
ball.
Oh, true.
Puck
Well, I'm
ball.
gonna call it puck ball.
Puck ball.
Ice puck. Sliding pucks.
Tackle ball?
Table tennis.
He said that wrong.
Exactly, tackle ball.
Cricket.
Tackle ball.
What is cricket?
Isn't it like a? It's
Isn't the one
it's
with
like
the
similar
flat
to
bat, the
baseball.
wood
Cricket's
bat?
similar to
Cricket's like
It's
a
super
British
complicated.
version of
Well,
baseball.
It's not British.
It's not
It's
British?
like the Euro version of
Baseball.
Yeah, but it's super complicated. You want to cut off there? Sure.
Yeah, I guess, we're already past the hour mark. Don't want to keep
met
you
our
beautiful
status quo.
people around too much. So, once again, thank you for listening and sticking with us on Poddy Time episode 2. Today we had Kenny, Abdiel, Thomas, and our special guest, Daniel Franco. Hopefully he'll be back with us again some other time. And once again, thank you for listening, and hope you have a great day.
All right, guys. Signing out.
Yeah.
Peace.